Hey guys, welcome to Riverdale season. Oh my god, I have season 7 in here, but it's not season 7. I'm coming to you from the future. It is season 2, episode 8. If you were in the room, let me know. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a really long time, so I'm hoping that some people will show up to today's chat because we haven't done one of these in a while. I was away, and then we had a break, I think, for a week with the show. And then last week I was like busy and wasn't able to be live. So maybe you guys forgot about these chats. I don't know. Dan the Man is here, and Amra is here, and Ryan is here, so that is good. Thank you guys so much for being here. Datson's also here, and LeBron, and Jay Ivy. Yes, I've missed talking to you guys so much. Hi, Melissa. Again, if you're in the room, say hello. Also, if you didn't see my video earlier today, I did a video about this week's episode and share my thoughts with you, and also let you guys know I've been sick the entire week, and unfortunately I like out of the blue have massive coughing fits. So if that starts happening during this, because it happens when I talk usually, I'll probably just like disappear and click out of this chat. I'm so sorry, but like once they start, it takes forever to get them to stop. But I wanted to try to do this chat anyway, and hopefully I have like a cough drop in right now, so hopefully I won't have any kind of massive coughing fits and have to, you know, drop out of this chat. Hi Solomon, hi Charlie, hi Ashley, hi, Anna. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm on, like, antibiotics and everything, but it seems like it's taking quite a while. I think I was a lot sicker than I thought, I guess. Like, I don't know. I thought I was pretty sick, but it seems like I've gotten worse as the days have gone on. And the medicine's helping, but I'm still, like, the coughing is just the worst because it just comes out of the blue and then it won't quit. And I think my dogs think I'm dying sometimes. So Datsun says, you think that the killer is going to be revealed in the next episode. So I got a comment, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who said it. If you're in the room, let me know. On my video that said, I think like KJ Appa and somebody else from the show have been tweeting that the Black Hood will be revealed next week. And I mean, like I said, I'm on a lot of different types of medication for this sickness. So from the promo for next week, I did not get that impression that Black Hood would be revealed. Like usually in those situations, they'll say like, the Black Hood will be revealed. Like, they'll be pretty, like, you know, straightforward with it. But maybe they did say that. And, I mean, literally, like, yesterday I felt pretty bad. So I was kind of, like, in a daze watching it. So if they said it, that totally could have happened. And I totally could have missed it. But that's, you know, that's what apparently some of the cast members have been saying on Twitter. So, like, in my video, I was like, I don't think they're going to say who the Black Hood is because I didn't get that impression from the show itself. But apparently that's not true. Okay, hi Katie. Melissa says, is it just you or are the parents on Riverdale a lot more useful than the parents on PLL? Yeah, and sometimes I can see parallels between PLL and Riverdale, and I'm really hoping that with this reveal of Black Hood, it's not like a letdown for those of you who watch PLL, because for me, a lot of the reveals on there were pretty bad. Brookie says, you wonder, are the children somewhat following in their parents' footsteps? Definitely seems that way, especially with Betty, like, going out with the serpent and trying to be, like, wild and crazy, like her mom and everything. Definitely seems that way. The Cocoon, hi, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Christina, thanks for being here. Really? So Mikey is saying that Selena Gomez is going to be playing Sabrina? I haven't heard that. That's pretty insane if so. Solomon says, did I like the structure of episode 7? The segments were really good, and you love Josie getting character development. Last week's episode, yeah, I liked it a lot. I did, and I really love the fact that Josie was finally treated like part of the show instead of just like a performer, which I thought was really weird. Christina says she likes that too. Might be paranoid. Hi. Just clicked when I was talking about Riverdale, PLL parallels. Yes, I don't want that to happen, but sometimes they scare me because a lot of people have been wondering if Black Hood is the twin of somebody, which definitely is PLL vibe-ish. I'm not saying, you know, no matter what they do, I'm not trying to say they're copying off that show or anything like that, but, you know, I'm a little bit concerned about who's going to be revealed as Black Hood, especially if that is happening next week. I don't know. Hi, Charles. LeBron says Archie and Betty will get closer, but probably won't act on it until the season finale in the spring. So definitely we have opened up the door for them to get together because we saw both couples, Veronica and Archie, and then Betty and Jughead break up last night. Hi, Jason from England. I love England. I was just there last month. Dadson's really worried about Jughead and FP. You don't see a way that they're both going to get out of this alive. Yeah, so the serpents are pretty serious, and I was happy because like FP wanted to turn his life around and leave the serpents and everything, and then the stuff that Jughead had been getting involved in made him go back and be like, oh, no one's going to stop me. I'm totally in with the serpents again. So it was like a really bad situation. But yeah, that's really interesting about Selena Gomez being on Riverdale. Like, I didn't see that coming. That's super interesting. Christina says people thought it was Dove Cameron, but she's possibly tied to another project. So I don't know if it's confirmed that Selena Gomez is playing Sabrina. To me, that's really surprising. You guys know she was behind 13 Reasons Why, and she was supposed to play the lead in that. But I really liked the girl who played the lead in that, which, by the way, I saw a preview for a movie. It's like a coming out movie, and why can't I remember the girl's name who was the main actress in 13 Reasons Why, but she's like a lead actress in this movie, and I was like, oh, I want to see that. LaRon is wondering if Cheryl is bi. Like, what are they doing with her character? She seems all over the place. Like, last week she was like stalking Josie. I mean, I didn't know. That was creepy to me. Like, I don't know if she has a crush on her or if she's just, like, weirdly obsessed with her or wants to hurt her. That was weird. I don't know. I mean, Cheryl's has been weird. Might be paranoid. Remind me of your first name, because I know that's not your first name. I'm like, why? I'm, like, blanking out. But, again, I'm on a lot of different strange medications, and I'm very tired. Not strange medications, but, you know, cold medications make you, like, zonked out or make me, like, feel wonky, you know? Catherine from 13 Reasons Why. Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. Sorry. What is Catherine? What's her real name? Okay, so Margaret says FP made you mad last night with his choice to stay in the Serpents and start drinking again. Jughead messed up, but he's a kid and wouldn't have been in that situation if it wasn't for FP. Yeah, absolutely agree to absolutely all of that. Absolutely. Is Cheryl going to get with Tony? I don't know. I could see it. I could definitely see that happening. Brookie is wondering, could the Reaper be Cliff and Hal's dads? Okay, that's a really good point. So, was it their dad or granddad's? And if the janitor said they killed the Reaper, could he have been Hal's dad and Cliff's dad killed him? I mean, that's good stuff. Something that I mentioned on my video this week or from today is like, obviously this janitor storyline is not over and it's important because they made a big deal out of him. They pointed him out last week, which I thought was really weird. And then this week, we learned his identity or who he claimed to be. So that's interesting. I mean, and that's kind of the questions I was asking you guys from my reaction review, whatever, from this week is like, what is their plan for the janitor for the rest of this season? So is he pretending to be someone he's not at this point? I like everything you said. That's really like clever. I like that. Freya says, what are my opinions on Betty's dad being the Black Hood? I don't see that happening, even though I know some people really want it to happen or think it will happen. But I just feel like I just don't see the point in that. I don't know. I personally think it is Betty's real dad, but not the dad, Hal, that we know. Jay says the girl from 13 Reasons Why is Catherine Langford. Thank you. Thank you. She was great. You know, most of you have seen 13 Reasons Why. If for some reason you haven't seen that, like, it's just like a must watch. Like, you have to watch it. Christina's wondering if FP will die. I mean, he's kind of a pretty big actor, so I don't know if they will go there, but possibly. I don't know. Margaret says you're thinking that the Black Hood is that Serpent Tall Boy. That's a lot of people have been guessing that, absolutely. You said it would be lame, but that's what your gut says. I mean, I was looking at him again last night because so many people, that's like the most popular person who is suspected, like, you know, on social media and also like all my videos and everything. And his eyes, I couldn't see him up close because we know, like, at least the Black Hood appears to have green eyes. I don't know if it's contacts or whatever. But I looked at the Tall Boy last night. I looked at Tall Boy last night and I was like, yeah, I could kind of see that. But I agree that that's like very lame. But again, I still think he could be Betty's dad because, remember, her mom was hanging out with the Serpents all the time, and they're kind of like driving that theme home again by having her show up at the bar and everything last night. So Jay feels like the janitor knows more than he is letting on and would not be surprised if he's killed off. I completely agree, and I found it very weird that he ran from Archie and Veronica. That was really weird and just like an admittance of guilt. Like, okay, so you survived the Reaper killings. I don't know why that would why would you run? Like, you're a victim. Melissa says it can't be Tallboy because the Black Hood's body type was different. I know, but sometimes these shows, they take a lot of liberty with who they show as a villain and then who ends up being the villain, because I know, I hate to keep bringing up Pretty Little Liars, but there's so many different like heights and weights for people who played A on there, and they were just using like people who weren't even actors to be walking around like that. So they could be just using, the only difference about this show is that we see someone's eyes. But I agree with you. Why do I think Hal isn't Betty's dad? I don't know. That's just kind of like the theory that I came up with, because this person cares so much about Betty, you know, like the Black Hood. And I feel like there's either two scenarios here. They're like in love with her, which it appears to be like a lot older guy, so that's weird. Or they're her family member, so I feel like it's her real dad who's trying to protect her, like make sure she's with the right people, or who he deems as right people that aren't sinners and everything. This is actually strangely like Slasher season 1 about sinners, but anyway. So I think that just makes sense that it's her biological dad, because it's someone who, he also made the mention that they looked kind of alike, and you know, when she puts on the mask she looks like him, which I feel like is just because they're got the same DNA. That's what I think, because if it's like a 40-year-old dude who's in love with her, then that just gets really creepy. I mean, maybe it is, but why is this person so like fascinated with her? Because I feel like it's her dad, you know. Now, the other option here is that it could be Chic, is what Datsun is talking about. Chic is Betty's brother, who has still not been seen in the show yet, but we all know the actor is there. He's, you know, he's been hired, cast, I mean, and he has been talked about on social media, but he hasn't made an appearance on the show. But the problem is, I know he's supposed to be older, but I think according to the comics, he's supposed to be in his 20s. So I would have a hard time buying. I don't think it would really add up if he was supposed to be as old, unless they're going to say something really far out, which we've talked about before, that whoever's wearing the Black Hood is putting on makeup around their eyes, contacts, things like that. Maybe they're doing that. I don't know. But, you know, maybe that's the only way I can make that make sense and have it be someone in their 20s. Or there's a lot of people who are talking about that someone's like sitting at home telling this person who to kill and what to do, and this person we've been seeing is just a random guy that's like a hitman, which to me is kind of a cop-out, because, I mean, I don't know, how many shows have you watched that are horror shows where the killer was not really the killer, but just someone who was hired? That just seems really stupid to me. I don't know. Brookie doesn't think Hal was Betty's dad either, but the person you think Alice had Chick with was FP. Now, I do think, obviously they used to hook up, date, or whatever, so I could definitely see him being Chick's dad. Agree with you. Charles says the creepy black man from the previous episodes looking, oh, that guy, by the way, the actor is from like this movie, The Candyman. I forgot to mention that. Has anyone ever seen that? It's like a very, very scary movie from a billion years ago. Yeah, I saw the promo that aired like right after the show on CW. Outlaw Witch says the theory could be Betty's sister cause Black Hood knew. It could be Betty's sister because Black Hood knew where Betty's sister was hiding, or it's connected to Ethel somehow because she was unharmed. So yeah, we haven't really heard from Ethel in a while, and I have been getting a lot of comments about Polly. So like, apparently he threatened Polly, but then, and she's disappeared, or she's gone into hiding or whatever, and we haven't seen her anymore. I mean, I don't know, because if it's her, like, Polly's, like, seriously deranged. I mean, the stuff that person's been saying is very messed up. I don't know. Datsun says FP is almost certainly Chick's dad. Yes. So Margaret says if the Black Hood is just a hitman, chances are he was hired by Veronica's dad. True. Doesn't make sense with the sinners thing, but who else could afford that? Right. So, but then who is so demented in their thinking, and the fact that they want to wipe, you know, get rid of all the sinners, and then, like, kind of like Veronica's parents were saying they're sinners. You know, Veronica was saying that about her whole family. So would it be connected to them because they're straight out sinners, you know? Who do I think was pointing the gun at Betty? I don't know. Maybe Black Hood, but I don't think they want to hurt her. Maybe just scare her, you know? Brookie says the Candyman was mentioned in season 1. That was the movie that Veronica's mom and Archie's dad. Yeah, I kind of remember that now. Archie's dad mentioned going to see. So I feel like that came out maybe in the 90s, early 90s or something. So I'm excited for next week. We'll definitely have a video and definitely do a live chat the same time on Thursday. So I'm really excited for that. So Margaret says they claim they got a letter, but then were pretty vague about it. I felt like that was a really weird scene. I also feel like that's not really what they were talking about, because like Sheriff Keller was over there with Veronica's parents, and I feel like they weren't talking about a letter. They were talking about a deal or something. Like he's working with them. Did you guys get that same impression? I agree with you, Margaret. I feel like something was really shady there. And then they were like, oh, everyone got that letter. Like, so many people got that letter. I don't know. Lionel says Alice Cooper is still the reason why you watch. Well, you guys, if you've watched Twin Peaks, especially the first 2 seasons, like, I loved Shelley, who, what's her name, Madchen played. So, it's funny because I started watching Riverdale before I watched Twin Peaks, and I didn't really care about Alice Cooper. But then after watching, Twin Peaks, like, I fell in love with just, like, Madchen, you know, I just think she's amazing, and now I follow her on social media, and I would watch, like, anything she's in, because I just think she's great, and I loved her in Twin Peaks. I feel like she didn't have as strong of a role in season 3. Jay Ivy says you definitely do not trust Veronica's family. Yeah, I know, I don't trust them at all, but that was just a very shady scene. Like, I kind of didn't really believe anything they were saying, and I still feel like even if the sheriff is not revealed as Black Hood, that he is somehow shady. Well, we know he's shady because he's having an affair with the mayor, but I feel like there's more shadiness going on with him, you know? So Margaret says, do we think there's a supernatural element to Riverdale since Sabrina is going to be a spinoff to it, and of course Sabrina is a witch? Well, I think the writers have said all along that they're going to keep Riverdale not supernatural, but of course Sabrina will be. And I guess Sabrina is going to be on Netflix, but I don't know. That's just what I've heard so far. I've never seen, well, I might have seen The Witches of Eastwick. Was that a movie that was on like a long time ago? Or that was out like a long time ago? Maybe I've seen that, but then I probably never would have realized who she was. Charles says, wouldn't it be cool but bittersweet at the same time if they make a main character a killer? Of course, I would absolutely love that. I love that happening in any show. So he's saying maybe it would be Archie. I'm totally cool with that. Solomon says, how do I feel about the sheriff and mayor reveal? You mean, how do I feel about the fact they're having an affair? Well, for me, I kind of took it as the whole episode last week was a big thing, like trying to point to Sheriff Keller being the Black Hood. But then when they showed him being a sinner as well by having an affair, it made me feel like, well, maybe that's their way of saying that it's not him. But at the same time, I think everyone's a sinner, so whoever the Black Hood is, I'm sure has skeletons in their closet too. So they're just so deranged and probably think they don't have anything wrong and they've never done anything wrong, but everyone else is doing stuff wrong. I don't know. Hi, Maddie. Thank you for being here. Maddie says you don't trust Betty's family at all. Yeah, you really can't trust them either. So this Witches of Eastwick was a show. Oh, it got canceled in season 2. No, I never saw that. But it was a movie first, apparently. I thought it was a movie. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Jay says, so when will someone realize that Cheryl needs help? Yeah, I think she's kind of like acting out too because, well, her dad killed her brother, and that's pretty severe. Like, how do you get over that? I don't know. And her mom is terrible. Like, her mom is a terrible person. So how do you maintain a normal life after all of that? So I guess that kind of makes sense, you know? But I also want to tell you guys, and I mentioned this in my video, and this is not like some kind of sponsor thing or anything. It's just something that I love. But since I've been sick, I spent this week watching seasons 1 and 2 of Slasher, which is on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix for everyone. And I just thought it was so incredible. If you haven't watched it and you're looking for a show to binge, it's a horror movie, a horror show. Both, it's an anthology, so both seasons are totally different with different actors. And I feel like I'm going to start coughing, so we're going to have to end this soon. But anyway, it's really good because it's hard to figure out who the killer is, especially in season 2, but it's about serial killers in each one. So if you need something to watch, season 2 was even better. But I'm going to have to let you guys go. I'm so sorry, but I feel like I'm going to have like one of these coughing attacks again. But we'll definitely do this next week, and we'll do a video next week. And thank you so much for being here. But I can tell that it's coming. So have a great weekend. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.